Hi everyone, welcome back to Our Little Handmade Home. My name is Tanya, and if you haven't been here before, welcome. Our Little Handmade Home is a place where we are making memories one stitch at a time. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been here, and you may notice a little bit of a change here. I just wanted to catch you up on what I'm doing, give you a couple of sneak previews, and let you know what's coming up soon. Let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to share with you today is just sort of what I've been up to in the background, what's been keeping me from my sewing machine. As you can see, I have done a little bit of remodeling in my sewing studio, and I am going to be doing a full tour of that probably next week. I still have a little more tweaking, a little more organizing to do, so I want to make sure that it's looking its best when I bring it to you. Just to catch you up on what I've been doing, my husband and I, if you don't know, are huge hockey fans, and this past weekend we were able to take in the Canucks Young Stars Classic, which is younger players that are trying to make the team, but we go away for the weekend to Penticton, and this year I was able to pop in and visit the local quilt shop, which is called Poppin's Quilt Parlor. It's a really cute little shop, and if you're in that neck of the woods, I highly recommend giving it a visit. I picked up a couple of things to work on for myself. This is a Wilmington Prints kit. It is a full-size quilt, as you can see, and it's got a little Christmas scene in the middle. It's a church, just a cute little old village, so that's really cute. And then the one I got for the living room, also for myself, it's a Wilmington Prints, and it's called Snowy Tidings. And it's snowmen, which are just my favorite. And the red, white, black, and gray fits into what I think I'm gonna do this year for Christmas. I also picked up two pieces from the collection called Santa Express, it looks like. And this is a UK fabric, Macaur, if I'm saying that correctly. Anyways, two little pieces of this. We have some Christmas socks, hats, and mittens, and then some matching houses that go with it, which I just thought were just too cute to leave behind. So I'll be doing something with those before too long. And then for our granddaughter, I just thought this was definitely too cute to leave behind. So these cute little winter animals that I picked up. I have this sort of large print. This one, about the same size of animals, but it's got the trees on it, so it's got a bit more, some snowmen in there. And then this piece, which is, it's stripes, but I think I might create some type of a panel out of that and make her a fun little quilt just to put on the floor that she can play around on. It was also National Jelly Roll Day when I was in the quilt shop, so I did pick up a jelly roll. This one is by Moda, and it is called Threads That Bind, and this is by Blackbird Designs. And I think this is an absolutely perfect color palette for a jelly roll rug, which I'm going to be making for my new room. So those are the things that I've picked up on Saturday. The next day, on Sunday, I went to another local quilt store, fabric store. This is a chain that it's actually in Western Canada, and we have one here in our hometown, but I love visiting the one in Penticton. It's just a lovely little store. And I picked up several Christmas fabrics. This one I thought was especially fun. My husband has a hockey themed man cave, so there'll be something of this going in there. You can never have enough red vintage trucks at Christmas time. Am I right about that? A little Santa Claus print. I do have a few other Santas that I'll be able to tie into this one. And this one might look really cute in some stockings too. So I'll be taking a look at that. This piece is actually an advent calendar, which you can see there, which is so cute, but I'm going to turn it into a wall hanging. we do advent calendars a little differently, and so I'm going to be able to enjoy this as a picture. I have some cute birds. And then what really got me going was their Halloween fabric was on clearance already. So in order to get prepared for next year, I picked up some glow-in-the-dark fabrics. And that's these ones here, which I thought were pretty cute. We got some pretty purple with some cats and hats and bats. Yes, it's a theme. The candy corn, which is a perfect background to just about any Halloween quilt. This one's a little spooky, but it matches some charm packs that I have, and I think they'll tie in really nicely together. And then this one is a panel as well, and I'm not sure exactly what I'll do with this one. It might actually turn into some snack mats. So I do have a video with using Christmas panels, but obviously they would be the same. So these ones might be snack mats, or it might turn into another fun quilt for our granddaughter. I got some nice background Halloween fabric. You can see the little jack-o'-lanterns in the print there, and it's the same on the white as well. I'm making a quilt for my daughter's family, and I was lucky enough to find an extra piece of something that I had already bought. And then for my husband, he is Scandinavian descent, so I picked up this gorgeous collection of Scandi style fabrics, and I just think this will be an absolutely gorgeous throw. And the colors they're such a nice blend, and it'll look great in any space. So I'll be whipping up a pattern for that as well. So now what I'm going to show you is, you can see a little bit of it behind me here, but I want to show you my new method for storing my yardage. I did pick up a lot on the weekend, as you saw, and I want to stay on top of it so that I'm always organized, and if I want to find something quickly, I can see it at a glance. So what I'm going to be using, I'll show you using this piece. Now everything that I bought is a meter in length. So I'm going to start with my fabric. I'm going to use a cardboard comic book insert. These are the ones that I ordered. I ordered a pack of 200 from Amazon, and they just come like this. They are 6 3/4 inch by 10.5 inch, and they're perfect for this. So the other piece that I'll be using is this new download that I have for you. It's free. You can get it on my website, and I will leave a link down below. It is a stash tracker. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll go into a store and I'll find a really good deal, and I'll think, oh, maybe I should get 2 or 3 meters because I don't know what I'm going to use it with yet. I can write down all the information here. There's a spot for your fabric or collection name, when you purchased it, where you purchased it, because sometimes if you have multiple shops that you go to but you need to go back and get an extra piece, it's helpful to know where it came from. How much yardage I got, what the project is that I'm going to be working on, and then I got a spot here for any notes, and a spot where you could attach a small swatch of the fabric if you wanted to. So these you could handle in a couple of ways. You can print them out, hole punch it, keep it in a binder so that you know what you have, and then each time you use some of it, of course, just change your yardage. Just if you use 1/4 of a yard or something, take it off. And then once you have a scrap, you could put it on here as your swatch. So those are the things that we're going to use, and of course some pins. So my method for this is really quite simple. I only put fabrics onto these boards that are at least 1 meter wide. So what I do is I fold it in half, smooth it out. If you need to, iron it at this stage. I don't starch it at this point. I only starch my fabrics as I use them. So you just fold it on So you just fold it in half like this. You know, line up your edges and your selvages. Take your insert. I usually put it right about there. I fold it over. And then I just start wrapping it. And that's it. So you just wrap it around here. And then when you get to the end, I use 2 pins. I put one at the top and I put one at the bottom because that prevents it from catching on the next mini bolt that I have. And that's it. So the next thing that I'll do is I find the name of the fabric. So this is Spooky Night. By Grace Pop for Studio E Fabrics. So I put Studio E Fabrics. I purchased it on September 17th of 2023. The reason that that's important is if you purchase something 4 years ago, there's a very good chance if you go back to that store, they're not going to have it. I purchased it in Penticton at their local Fabricland. I purchased 1 meter. And I'm going to leave my project and my notes empty because this is going to be used to test some new Halloween patterns for next year. So it's nice to be able to be prepared for that. So I could take this and hole punch it and put it in a binder. But in this case, because I know that I'm not going to be using it right away, I'm just going to pop it right in the top here. You could fill it out first and wrap it right on the inside. But if you have it sticking out like that, then you know that you have your fabric information in there. So the only thing left to do at that point is to add it to my pile of Halloween fabric and pop it back up on the shelf. That way I'm going to be able to see at a glance what I have ready to use for a pattern for next year. And as you can see, I have fabrics up here that I forgot I had. So it's a nice way to keep everything right at your fingertips and you don't have to worry about forgetting what you have. A couple of other things that I have been working on. This will be coming out next week. This is the beginnings of my Treat Trail Halloween pattern. So this will be a quilt, a full-size quilt. And so far it's coming out really nicely. I'm very pleased with it. The other thing that I have been working on in the background is I have been testing out my new cross stitch pattern, which is going to be available in my shop any day now. It plays on the same colors as my Falling Leaves table runner. And don't let the size of the chart fool you. It's this big. It's going to be super cute to just sit on a bookshelf, and I'm very excited to share that one with you. So I hope you enjoyed this little catch-up video. It's been a little while since I've been here, and I've got a lot of really great things coming up for you in the next few weeks. So keep tuning in, and I'll see you again next week.